Hey, welcome back to LP Music. I'm Marty. Thanks for tuning in again. What you heard beforehand is an acoustic guitar, but it sounds a little weird, don't you think? Well, it's because it's a special tuning, and this tuning is called Nashville tuning. So what you can do with Nashville tuning is to create a kind of poor man's 12 string guitar, or the sound of it. And for example, when you listen to Kansas, Dust in the Wind, they used Nashville tuning on one of their guitars. Also on Wild Horses, Keith Richards played a 12 string as far as I know, and also a Nashville tuned guitar. And David Gilmour, for example, used it in Hey You, Nashville tuned guitar. So it's pretty common and widely used, also in pop arrangements, for example. And when you play it together with a standard tuned guitar, you get this really big sound on your acoustic guitar tracks. You can leave it in the middle, you can pan it to the left or to the right. It's a great sound and a great technique to get a little bit out of your guitar tracks. You can use it also on electric guitars. And so Nashville tuning basically itself is that you replace the lower strings, the 4 lower strings, with thinner strings actually. And this allows you to tune them higher, exactly an octave higher. And then you get this really cool sound. And for example, you can buy this in pre-made kits, which say high tuning, Nashville tuning. I use here the Martin&Co acoustic pack. They are fine strings. Also, the Dario has one as far as I know, and all the other string manufacturers. And so let's take a look here just right at the guitar, and let's start on the higher strings. And the E string, for example, is just a normal string that you have on the standard tuning. Same goes for the B string. Okay? No difference here. And now the G string. Sounds a little high, doesn't it? And this is because it's tuned an octave higher than on the standard tuning. And the string is very thin. It's 0.008 inches. Alright? So you can tune it up a little higher. Same goes here for the D string. It's a little thicker than the G string, and it's 0.013 inches as far as I know. Then we got the A string. It's 0.017 approximately. And the E string sounds also an octave higher, and this is 0.025. And when you play it all together, you get this really, firstly, weird sounding acoustic guitar, but when you use it together with a standard tuned guitar, it sounds really great. And how that sounds, we're gonna check out now. Alright, so I have here now my acoustic guitar in standard tuning. I'm gonna record just 8 bars with it, then we're gonna overdub it with the Nashville tuning, and then you can listen to how it sounds with and without the other guitar. Alright, so I'm gonna grab my headphones and have preloaded here 2 acoustic guitar tracks. They're just bent now in the middle. And let's hit record on the first one. Let's activate here the click. Alright, so this is the first one. So you can also hear a little bit of reverb, dialed in just a warm room on my Elysis MIDI verb, just to give it a little bit more space. And let's now record to Nashville guitar to it. Alright, so let's arm the other track select that, and let's play the exactly same chords that I played with the standard tuning. Okay, so let's have a quick listen here. So just the Nashville. And both together. So, as you probably hear, it sounds quite interesting, gets really bigger, and what I'm going to do now is record some other instruments to it to simulate it kinda in a more or less mix. I'm gonna record a little bit of a bass, piano, and add a little bit of drums to it and see how that sounds. Can also use, for example, on the left and right side another acoustic guitar with a Nashville and a standard tuning, and well, let's see how that works out, and I'm back in a minute. Alright, so now I've recorded another instruments. For example, we have here now a drum kit, which is the standard Logic drummer. Let's listen to that just a little bit. Pretty basic drum beat. Then we got a bass here. So basically just 2 notes. Then the standard acoustic guitar and the standard tuning together with the Nashville tuning. So this is just the standard tuning. And here the Nashville tuning that we recorded beforehand. Both together. And then I also added 2 guitars, one on the left side and one on the right side, to give it a little bit more space and to make it a little bit more interesting. So on the left side we have a standard acoustic guitar, and on the right side I played exactly the same as I did on the rhythm guitar, just played the same as on the left side with the Nashville tuning. So let's listen to that. So it's just the standard. And this is the Nashville. So it sounds really high pitched. And both together. Okay, and finally I also got here a piano. So on all the tracks I just used a little bit of compression and EQ. Basically on the acoustic guitars just a little bit of a maybe around -3 to -4 compression, just touching the needle a little bit. The bass has a little bit more of compression just to really squeeze that into the track. And yeah, that's basically it. On the mixdown, on the monitoring track, I have here just a little bit of a saturation plugin with the Waves NLS, standard that you already have seen in my other videos, SSL compressor, EQ with a little bit of a 12K boost, and a tape machine. Even though I have the tape machine back here, as you can see. I also use that, but I also use oftentimes plugins. They are very convenient and easy to use. So now let's check out the whole mix together with all the instruments, and then I'm just going to blend out the Nashville guitar, and then you can really see how it gets, the acoustic guitar gets really narrow and kind of boring. And without the Nashville, and again with, so it sounds way more interesting, has kind of a little bit more depth to my taste, and yeah, it sounds really cool. Again, without the Nashvilles. And again with. And finally, just the acoustic guitars. And without the Nashville ones. And again with. Alright, so that's it. I hope that you kind of liked the video, and I think it's a really cool technique to add a little bit more depth and make your acoustic guitar tracks a little bit interesting. It works also great on electric guitar. Try it out yourself, just buy a high-tuned or a Nashville-tuned kit, guitar strings, and see yourself if it's something for you that you can incorporate into your mixes or into your recordings. And yeah, so thanks for watching, please subscribe, and as always, have a great day.